Hello, welcome to a craft and chat. It is a Tuesday the 2nd of June. Welcome if you're joining me live. Welcome as well if you are on my blog or on YouTube on the replay. I'm just going to take a moment just to double check that I'm live in the right place and that you can see me and all of those things. So if you can just bear with me a second. Looks like I'm live where I should be. Fab. So I'm just going to share this in the Inspiring Inkin Crafting corner. And let's see who's here. You can just see the top of my head. There we go. Hopefully that's a bit better. Got reflections and everything going on today. Right. Yeah? Better? Excellent. Okay, so who's here? Michelle's here. My mum's here. Hi, Pauline. Belinda's here. Claire. Pam. Debbie. Trish. Fantastic. Okay, so how are we today? How are we this week? Can you believe it's June already? It's really strange, isn't it? Time is whizzing past and yet each month seems to be quite long. It's odd. It's very odd. So do leave me a comment and let me know what you've been up to this week since I last saw you. Quite often we get to find out all sorts of things. Pam, are you still sorting out your loft? We need to know if you finished that. Baz is here, Belinda's here, Marion's here, Becky's here, Sheridan's here. Okay, there's a border all around me, says Sheridan. That's a bit strange. Can anyone else see a border? Odd. And Kerry Ann's here as well. And Maureen. Wow, everyone's in the house today. Awesome. So, what have I got to talk to you about this week? Oh, yeah. The first thing I need to tell you is, if I start coughing, don't panic. Okay. My hay fever is really bad at the moment. And it's making me cough and it's making me sneeze, which means obviously I'm not going out because people don't like it if you're coughing, because they think you're proper sick, not just hay fever sick. So yeah, but it happens every year, so I'm not concerned. I haven't been anywhere to get anything anyway, but yeah, so don't worry, I'm not sick, I've just got hay fever. Right, so Julia's here as well. Roz is here. Debbie's organised her DSP. She has a lot. So Debbie, share your organising DSP tips. I did share something a few weeks ago. I use plastic LP covers to put my DSP in, and you can get 6-inch ones and 12-inch ones. That's how I do it, but tell us how you do that. Marion, how was my birthday? My birthday was fab. We went to the beach, but we didn't go to where we normally go, if that makes sense. We went right to the far end of Leon Solent and walked away from the town. So there was nobody about. It was lovely. But my little doggy, she's getting old, so we didn't walk very far. But then we came back and we sat and we had an ice cream. We sat in the grass on the grass just above the beach, and chilled out in the shade so that she could recover, so she could walk back to the car. And obviously we had plenty of water and stuff for her because it was quite a warm day. And yeah, I was very spoiled. I got lots of lovely gifts and cards. They've all been on my Instagram and my Facebook page, which has been lovely. And then we had a lovely dinner at home, but we cooked steaks, so that was really nice. And I might have had multiple puddings, so and a birthday cake. So yeah, it was a really good day. Thank you. So Pam has nearly finished her loft. We're rooting for you, Pam, but yeah, I agree. It's probably a bit crazy hot. Sheridan says the border's gone. I'm pleased about that. I don't think you're a Muppet at all. So I tell you, technology has not been my friend for weeks. So if something's not working quite right, then I get it. Rod's struggling with her hay fever. Chris has done battle with Facebook and arrived, so that's good. Julie's here, Lynn's here. Okay, so this is Debbie's organising of a patterned paper. Alphabetical order with labels sticking out. Ooh, that's fancy. That's really good. I like that idea. And hi, Lynn. Lynn's here as well. Okay. What else? What else do I have to tell you about? Oh, the ongoing saga of the phone is Apple now has my phone, and the phone that I'm using for today and for my lives for the rest of this week is an old iPhone. And it's crazy how you get used to the piece of equipment that you have. So I'm pressing things and doing things, and it's not doing what I think it should be doing. And I can't even put my emails on it because it just goes really slow. But I am grateful that I had something spare that meant that I could carry on, because I really didn't want to risk using my iPad as a camera again and it falling out, because that was a heart-stopping moment. That was indeed. And Carol's here as well. Hi, Carol. Okay. So some crazy person decided that she was going to do 4 lives this week. It was a good idea at the time. Actually, I'm really excited. But I am also a bit, oh, that's a lot of lives. So I've been getting organised. My plan is for the lives to be up no longer than an hour. We were an hour and 20 minutes last week, and you know that's probably a bit too long. So although I can sit here and chat to you for as long as you want, but you know I appreciate that you might have other things to do. You know, people to feed, or gardening to do, or cleaning, hoovering. I don't like doing that stuff, so let's stay in craft instead. Oh, Debbie's saying that she's made some herringbone tutorial cards. Fantastic. Ellie is shuffling retired stamps around and starting to catalogue them. Awesome. And Faye's here, and Val's here. Yes, Val, I did get to the beach. But the far end of the beach, away from all the people, which was good. It was really good. So back to the lives. So let me explain how everything's going to work over the next few days. So I will be live here at 2 o'clock, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I will have different things to show you every day. So you need to tune into all of them. So it's not like a repeat. It's different things every day. You might want, if you've got your wish list ready, because obviously the catalogue goes live tomorrow, you might want to hang on and watch my lives and see if I can change your mind about your wish list. Or you might just want to place your first order tomorrow and then place another order when you've seen all the other new stuff that I've got to show you. Be aware, catalogue launch day is always a bit crazy busy. So what I always do, because the IT department, they have to change everything from one set of catalogues to another and do all kinds of stuff. So what I do is I email everybody out as soon as I know that we're actually live and everything is working properly. And also if we've got any back order issues or any things that aren't available, sometimes that happens, things get stuck in customs and that kind of stuff. So I'll email out in the morning, but just give us a couple of weeks to get your order to you. All of the fire damage issues and stuff, everything is all fixed now, and basically we're back to normal 5 to 7 days from when you place your order to when you get it. But obviously hundreds, thousands of people are going to be placing orders tomorrow, so yeah, that it just slows it down. It's just sheer volume that slows everything down. I'm hoping that most of you have got your catalogues by now. I know there are a few people who are still waiting. Unfortunately, obviously, it depends what area you're in and how bad the post office in your area has been affected with staff sickness and so on. But most seem to have arrived from what I've heard. But if you arrived, give it sort of the middle end of this week. So, we've given it a couple of weeks from when I sent them, and then I'll pop another one in the post if we need to. Kerry-Ann, I would have thought, Kerry-Ann, that you were on my list. I'll check. I can't remember off the top of my head. But can you message me with your address, just so that I can be sure that I've got the right address and everything. And if you could email it to me, probably that's best. Amanda@inspiringinkin.com. And then we can have a chat, and I'll let you know. I'll go and check my spreadsheet. And Trish, you haven't got yours. You live 4 streets away from me. How come you haven't got one yet? That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, that's really odd. Let's hope let's hope it arrives soon, Trish. Yeah, spit crackers. Okay. Right, so what did I say? Yes, so 3 lives. They're all going to be different. Yeah, I think that was it, actually. I don't think I've got anything else to tell you. Oh, there are 2 special offers. I mentioned one last week, the joining offer, and there is a host reward offer as well. So, if you host a party in June, and I say that, because if you're in the UK, we're not going to be having any parties anytime soon. But if you host a party and the order total goes over £150, you get 10% host rewards. So you end up with £15. But if the order goes to £200, you get 10% again, so that's £20, but Stamping Up is going to give you an extra £20, so you get £40 host rewards. So for any of you that have a huge wish list, it's better to place a bigger order that gets to 150 or 200 to get the maximum rewards. But if you've got a wish list that is that big, please consider joining my team, because it's £99 and you get £130 worth of products and a bundle. Now, I've been talking to lots of people in the past week about joining. I'm really excited. There's going to be lots of people joining tomorrow, and some people are really concerned about the quarterly minimums, and that they might not meet their quarterly minimums. So your quarterly minimum, the first one has to be completed by the end of September. And that's actually 4 months away. So if you are going to be your only customer or your best customer, think about how much you might be spending each month and see whether or not those totals add up to about £280 at catalogue price. Now, you don't pay catalogue price, you pay the VAT has to be taken off, but then it's 20% less than that. So it works out about a discount of about £16-17 in every 100. So look at how much you're spending and see. We've got the brand new catalogue. There's loads of stuff in there. And in August, with a pre-order for demonstrators in July, the autumn winter catalogue's launching. So there's going to be more new stuff there as well. So it is absolutely the best deal. And I want you to join and I want you to stay. So, you know, I really want you to meet your quarterly minimums. And as we get out of lockdown, we can start having gatherings with friends and so on. But you may well find that you've got crafting friends already and sharing a catalogue with them, with social distancing obviously, but sharing a catalogue with them, they may well order with you as well. So don't let the quarterly minimum put you off. Just look at it as a great deal, an opportunity to get your goodies at a discount and a business opportunity as well, if that's what you want. So yeah, so if you've got questions, then let me know. Right, I've got loads of comments going on here. Yay, see, Kerry's joining. I'm very excited. Yeah, I'm honestly, it's the best thing, really. And you know, we get to hang out as well. I have a Facebook group just for my team. I do training and events in there as well. All sorts of different things. So, you know, it's great. I say this all the time. I don't know why I have customers. I want you all to join. Because then you can get all the benefits of the discounts and seeing the products early and so on. So it's really cool. Okay, so let's get on with some crafting. I've even got my watch on today, so I can keep an eye on the time. For those of you that were with me last week, I've actually got my trousers on today, not my shorts. So if the doorbell goes, we're all good. Yeah, I don't know, can you hear the birds tweeting? I've got the windows open because it's quite warm. And for the first time in weeks, I've heard planes flying overhead. It's really strange. It's been really busy today, and pretty loud. Belinda's saying that she loves the team training group. It's a fab place. It is. Crafters are awesome people. I'm sorry, I've got the hiccups now. Crafters are amazing people. So, you know, we share and we have lots of fun. Okay, so what I'm going to do is turn the camera around. I'm going to show you some new stuff. In fact, yeah, I'm using all new stuff. So I'm going to show you some new stuff. I'm going to show you a really cool way of cutting up your paper. And yeah, so I'm going to turn you around. Just bear with me a second whilst everything goes blue because I've got a piece of blue cardstock, and then we'll start crafting. So just going to say hi to Martha and Janice. You've made it. Hooray! Nice to see you. And Lucy Ann's here as well. Thank you for joining. And Marion's saying she's only got a couple of friends, and I'm sure a couple of friends that purchase from her to help her make her minimums. So yeah, that's the thing. I always worry that people worry about their minimums, but actually it is something that is quite easy to achieve with a few friends or an occasional event, obviously, when we can. Okay, so let me turn you blue and turn you around. Nice to see you, Stevie. I am pleased you have arrived. Okay, so let's turn this around. Decide where I'm going to move my iPad. Ooh. So I can still see the comments. Ooh, hang on. It's turned the wrong way. Ooh, that's funny. Okay, as I turned it, it went the wrong way. So, hang on. I'm hoping that this is all gonna move that out of the way a bit. Right. So tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, when I do my lives, I'm actually going to be in my craft room because Brian will be working from home. So I will be out of the little shed and in my office. So I've got to work out how I'm going to set all of that up yet. Right. Okay. I think we're all in shot. Awesome. Can you let me know if you can see everything? Let's put a bit more light on the subject. Hopefully that will help. And in case I get questions, yes, I have colour changing nail polish on. So I've got green fingers and blue fingers. Shows you how bad my circulation is. Let me just dip them in cold water. So when my fingers are cold, they're blue, and when my fingers get hot, it's green. So they will be all changing colour as we go. Okay, so let's start out. The cards that I'm going to be making today are using this brand new paper. It's called Flowers for Every Season. It's in the catalogue, and if you've got a new catalogue, it is the product suite that starts on page 10. So it's 10, 11, 12 and 13. So it's absolutely fabulous, and I am going to be doing a postal class for this product suite as well. So you need to watch out for that. I'm going to be talking about it later. I don't know which day yet. I haven't decided. Right, so Sue's slid in, and Roz is okay. Yeah, and Sheridan, I am live at 2 o'clock. And the reason I'm live at 2 o'clock is because then we don't have to remember a different time. If I'm always live at 2, then then we can't get confused. Okay, so this paper pack is called Flowers for All Seasons, and it's a 6x6, and you get 48 sheets. And basically the papers are in sort of groups. Although I seem to be missing one. Okay. So I'm just going to show you these. I'm just going to lay them out. And you've even got some sort of wintry ones as well. So you've got poinsettias. I can never say it. And the reverse patterns are beautiful as well, and mainly the colours in here are the new in colours. So yeah, it's just so pretty. So that's those. In the product suite, Belinda, you're saying that there are 24 designs? Yeah. So 12 patterns, 12 sheets, but double-sided. Yeah, I'm hoping that's what you meant, Belinda. Unless I've misunderstood. So, this is a stamp set. Fabulous stamp set. Now, the really important thing that you need to know is that this jar of flowers is on the front, it's only 75% of the size. So let me show you. This is the sunflower stamp, which is this one here, and that is the size of it. I'm just going to hold it so you can see how much bigger it is. Yeah, so this is the stamp and it's way bigger. And then we've got this really cool punch that makes a jam jar and shakers. Shaker domes, which are fabulous, and that obviously punches that out. So I'm hoping that this is going to be on your wish list, but I don't want you to buy it until you've seen my class. So yeah, and look at this. This is something else I want to show you. How cool is this? I've been asking for Stampin' Up to do this for forever, and they're beginning to do it with the stamps. So you've got inside, you've got the printed image of the stamp on the case. What's it called? It's the label, the case label. So obviously you've got the information and stuff there, but then you just put it there, like so. Okay. The other thing to know is that these are reversible stamps. So these two jars, so you can stamp it this way, so you get the little lines. Insert. Kerry, thank you. Honestly, some days my words are not working very well. Yeah, so you can stamp it this way, but also you can turn it over and stamp the reverse. And then that means that you can see that you get this shading effect. So that's really cool. But you're going to see more of this because this is one of my favourite sets. And I love it because it doesn't have any sentiments. So you can use all your own sentiments with it. And the whole stamp set is all full of images that we can use. So that's really cool. So I'm going to move that out of the way because I'm not going to be using very much of that today. So what else do I need to show you? I'm going to show you the cards. I'm going to be making a variation of these cards. And I'm going to be teaching you a new one sheet wonder. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one sheet, not that sheet, but a similar sheet of 6x6, and we're going to cut it and we're going to make 3 cards with it. So here is one card and a second card and a third card. And basically I've taken the one sheet of paper, but I have used both sides of the paper to make the cards. And this is Misty Moonlight and Bumblebee, which are 2 of the new colours. So I'm going to be using this one. And I am going to put on my blog when this goes live later this evening, a PDF, which is this, which is going to show you, it's going to give you all the information about how to cut your paper and how to do it. But I'm going to show you how to do it now, and it's really straightforward, but you have to follow the instructions. Okay? It's not very often that I say that, is it? Let's be fair. Normally we just wing it. But in order to get these cards in this configuration, then you need to follow this. But I've laid out the pieces like this. But I'm going to show you where are my cut pieces. Ooh. Okay, so these are all the pieces that are cut from this one 6x6. So you've actually got 3 pieces this size, you've got 2 pieces this size, 1 that size, and 2 pieces that size. So you could, if you only used one piece on a card, you could easily get 5 or 6 cards. But it's a great way of learning how to chop up your patterned paper and get the most out of it, because oftentimes we end up with a scratty little tiny bit that isn't very good for doing anything. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to bring in my trimmer and walk you through how we're going to do it. I'm just going to move some of these things out of the way. So I'm hoping that you can see all of that. Don't you love it when a plan comes together? I've just had the piece of paper that I need to use and it's gone. Okay, right, so 6" by 6". And we're going to follow exactly the instructions, which I don't think you can actually see. Hang on, let me just move that up a little bit. I'm hoping that you can see. So you've got 6" by 6". The first thing that you need to do is cut it at 3.5 inches. So you've got 2 pieces. That's 3.5 inches. I'm just going to put that to one side because that's that bit there. We're going to work on this. So this is a 2.5 inch piece. You're going to turn it and cut at 2.5. So that's giving you your square A piece. So that's giving you that piece there. You're going to turn it and then cut it at 3/4 inch. And that gives you piece B and piece C. I know I shouldn't be really excited about things that I do, but I fiddled around with this template until I got it so that when you put the pieces over it, it all fits. Makes me happy. Sorry, slurping my coffee. Okay, so are you with me so far? So you've taken that 2.5 inch piece and you've cut those pieces. So now you're going to take this piece and you are going to cut at 3/4 inch. So I'm using the trimmer on this side. So we're cutting a 3/4 inch piece off. That gives you D. And you're going to turn it and you're going to cut it at 1 3/4 inches. So that gives you 2 pieces. And then you're going to cut one of the pieces at 1 3/4 inches. So that's those pieces. I'm going to flip that around and cut that 1 3/4 inches as well. So that gives you that piece, and that gives you that piece. Okay. Any questions about that cutting? Did that all make sense? It's all gone quiet. There's no comments coming. I just need to know that you guys, it makes sense. Yeah. How do I do it all? What do you mean, Faye? How do I do it all? I am sorry to say that some days I wake up in the middle of the night going, ah! I need to do that. And this has been in my head for ages, but I've been tweaking. Okay, so Carol said she missed the second piece cutting. So, okay, so what the three, so it's this piece. So this is the 3.5 inch piece. So you cut the 3/4 inch piece off first. You then cut it in half, and then you cut 1 3/4 inches off each end. But once you've printed off the template, you'll be able to follow along, and honestly it will be straightforward, I promise. Okay, so those are the pieces. What I did was I took the colours, because I haven't made these samples, obviously I've done these ones in these colours. I thought I'd bring all the colours in to show you, and also to show you these little strips of card here are the waste pieces that I use, that I end up with when I cut my card blanks. So if you've never seen a video with me before, I'm in the UK and we have A4 cardstock, which is in centimetres, and I don't work in centimetres unless I have to. I do sometimes, but I try not to. So I cut my cardstock to 8 inches. So I end up with these little tiny 1/4 inch strips. So I use them decorating my cards. So you can see that that is there. Sue says she's late. Where's the PDF? The PDF's going to be on my blog, Sue, later. If Facebook will allow me to upload a PDF, I'll upload it here as well. But it will definitely be on my blog and coming out in an email later today. So I cut it at 8 inches. I score at 4. And then I cut at 5 3/4 inches, and I make two card blanks, 5 3/4 inches. Okay, right. So that is everything. So I've ended up with all of these card blanks. Let me just give these a bit of a score. So the reason that I've done all of them is because I don't know which colours I want to use yet. You must have this when you're making cards and you think, oh, I like that, I like that. So I thought, well, I'd give myself the choice of all the different colours. Now, there is a tiny bit of stamping on these cards, but I wanted the papers to be the focal point. So, probably not surprising, Peaceful Moments is the stamp set that I've used. I'm using it all the time. I will be having some new sentiment stamp sets arriving with my order that I'm placing tomorrow. So, you know, I will use some other ones, I promise. But I am using Night of Navy ink. And the reason for that is the ink pads, the new ink pads, weren't available in the pre-order. So I don't have the new Misty Moonlight ink pads, so I'm using Night of Navy, but it kind of coordinates. It would be better if it was the perfect colour, but it's what I've got to work with at the moment. So I need a happy birthday, a thank you, and a with deepest sympathy. Right. So that's the 1 1/4 inch. That one is the 2 inch. So that's all of those. Whilst I've got the ink pad out, I'm just going to get my sunflower stamp out. And stamp. Oh, I haven't got my stamping mat here. Yeah, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. And then I need one going sideways. There we go. Oh, awesome. Right. Let's get rid of the ink pad so it can't have any disasters there. Just so you can see. Look. So that's how it's going to look with. Let me put that there. You'll be able to see kind of the size of it. It's so cool. Right. Back to the cards. Okay, so I've got my insides. I've done my stamping. I've already die cut these elements. No, not die cut, stamped. And here, these are the, I don't even know what they're called, enamel dots, but in the new colours. So Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Misty Moonlight, Just Jade, Magenta Madness. See, I have to keep saying them so I remember. Right, so let's get the pieces of card out. So we'll start out with this one because, didn't cut that, because it's the biggest piece. And let's go with, I'm just deciding, so we'll go with green, I think. Yeah. I thought I was so ahead of myself, but I hadn't cut that matte layer out. So let me just do that quick. So it's 2 3/4 inches that I need. So let me show you so this is the sample, and this is the one that I'm going to do. So the flowers are going to go on that layer there. I've got an inside layer to go. of course you can have a catalogue. Can you email me, amanda@inspiringinkin.com, with all of your address details so I can pop it in the post for you. So this is going to go on here, and it will look lovely on a piece of plain Whisper White. But what I have done is put it through a new embossing folder called Textured Textile, and I'm gonna actually I've got it in blue, so let me show you. I had it in blue, yeah. So I'm just gonna hold it up so the camera zooms in a little bit to see if you can see the texture. It's really subtle, but very pretty. Now, many of you I know will have the subtle embossing folder, and that's this one here, and you can see that they're different. It's with embossing folders, I love them when they're really bold, but I love this too because it just gives a little bit of texture. I'm just hoping that the camera, I'm just kind of watching to see if the camera can actually focus on it. So this kind of looks more like linen, and then this is more like a wool tweedy type finish. Really, really pretty, and in the new book. So let's pop that down there. And so we've got the happy birthday. I'm going to mount that on the Just Jade as well. So that's going to go on there. And let's get, ooh, so which colour are we going to go with? We'll go with the jade, I think. So that's going to go there. And then, ooh, that's way too wild for my liking. You see, pink isn't really my colour. And I usually use blue of varying descriptions. It's kind of my favourite colour, as I'm sure you guys know. And I tend to just not use pink very often at all. I'm trying hard. But this pink is very pink. Okay, so I'm using, this is the Classic Label Punch, and I'm just feeding it in just to give my little flag ends. And I'm doing it both together, which might be a bit naughty really, because I'm putting two pieces of cardstock through, but then I know that they're the same length, so I'm just kind of going with it. You really liked the pink, Sheridan? Yeah. I will use the pink on one of the other cards, just not this one. Right, and actually I've cut those short, so I am going to pop them down and have them so that they're showing at the bottom but not at the top. Yeah, I'm just probably not brave enough. Pink, Sheridan. Oh dear. Right, now I've talked before about using the stamp cases to store stuff in. This is my dimensional box of shame. Look at all of these dimensionals. These are all the ends. There's so many of them. And I am on a mission to use them all up. So I don't want you to see me with any whole dimensionals. I've got to use all these ends up first. So feel free to send messages when I'm if I've got a new pack, because this is what happens. I just grab another one, and I've got lots, so I need to use these up. Okay, so that is going to go on there like so. So these are going to be similar, just not the same. There you go. See, I've finished the whole sheet. Hooray! Right, so there we go. So there is the first one. I'm working in a smaller and smaller space. So there you go. So there's one. Then I'm going to do the thank you. And we're going to go with the pink on this one. Right, so again I've got another embossed piece, this card. It's funny how once you start with some texture, and you kind of carry on with it. I think as well, this would look really nice with scripty as well. Yeah, that's one of the other embossing folders. Right, I'm going to move that one out of the way and show you this one. So this is the one that I'm using or copying. So then for this one, I've got one of the long pieces, and then we've got these two strips that I'm going to put on there. And shall we use the green? I think we will. Right, I'm going to cut this the right length now. Fold it in half and cut it through. See, I learn by my mistakes. I'm going to feed that in again. And again. Okay. Now, quite often I get asked questions about lining things up and how to make sure your things are straight. And one of the things that I often say in my classes is straight is overrated. But I know that for lots of you, straight is important. So that's where grid paper comes into its own. So this grid paper here. This is Stampin' Up! Grid paper. You can buy it in the catalogue, and it's got inches on one side and centimetres on the other. And what I do is I know that my card is 4 inches that way and 5 3/4 inches that way. So what I can actually do is line it up so that it is in the middle. So that's 1, 2, there. So that is exactly central with those lines. So that means that when I stick this down, I can actually stick it down so I know it is in exactly the right place. Take care, Val. I hope your friend's okay. She's been called away to go and help a friend. So there we go. So that is then in the centre. And then these pieces, so this is just the reverse. But that's what I love about these papers. And I don't know about you, but sometimes you end up with a paper that you feel really guilty about sticking one side down, because both sides are both sides are really pretty, and I have realised that I've stuck this down and I haven't put my banners in. So I'm just going to have to tweak this design as well. So I'm going to put that, oh it's too long anyway, there. So this is going to go over the top. So I think what I'm going to do is put the pink one on. Let's have a look. Yeah, we need the pink instead. So I'm going to pop the pink one on, just move that back down so it's in the middle. So that's going to go just there. And I'm not sticking it all the way along because then this will have a bit of movement and that looks nice. So let's just position it so it's even both sides, and then get some of my dimensionals. There we go. Ooh. Okay, so that is going to go on there like so, and then we're going to put some pink enamel dots on there, either end. There we go. So that is card number 2. So very similar, not quite the same. And then the last card is actually the fastest. Ooh, what I didn't do was I didn't put my inside in there. Hang on. Let me just do that quick. I am conscious that it's 3 o'clock, so I am going to go a bit quicker on the last card. Okay. So this is the last card, and I think we are going to go pink again with this one. So what you do is, I've got a layer, and the 4 pieces that you're left with, so the 2 oblongs and the 2 squares, are designed to fit onto this layer. So all the sizes I'll be putting into the information if you're here on Facebook. But this card front ends up as 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 by 4. The next layer, so this white layer, is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. And these 4 pieces, when they're stuck together like this, make 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. Does that make sense? So obviously you can have it that way round, or you can have it the other way, like that. Let me just show you. So it can go that way. Okay, but I'm going to do it with mainly flowers. So what you want to do is put 1 piece down and make sure you leave your even border all the way around. And then you're going to put your square here. So you're going to put your square next to it. And then you're going to put your second square at the bottom. just make sure you're butting the paper up against itself. And then this is the last one. Just that. There we go. So then this is going to go on the front of the card. I said I was going to put it on the pink, but I'm not. See, this is you can play around with it. So make card blanks in all the colours so that you can then decide. Yeah, I want this to go in there. I've cut that too big. Right. I've got enough ink on there. Okay, I have not brought the right punch, so what I'm I'm not going to be able to punch that out. So I will finish this off in a minute. Because I need the next size punch. So this is going to go on here like so, potentially with the blue, we'll see, probably with the blue, and it will look like this when it has been completed. So you will have to watch out for that final card in a minute. So I'm just going to bring them all back in so you can see them. So they're all using the same technique. It's called One Sheet Wonder, and basically all we're doing is chopping up our paper into different segments so that we can use the patterned pieces together. Let me just see if we've got any more questions. I hope that this has all made sense. Like I said, I will finish off this one. You might decide to vote whether you want green or blue. I'm not sure. We'll see. I keep changing my mind. I'm looking at it. Oh, green, blue, green. So, very similar cards, but obviously the colours are so very different. These new ink colours are so vibrant. I'm really enjoying working with them. So the PDF will be on my blog later today, and on Facebook as well, if Facebook will allow me to upload the PDF along with the pictures and the measurements and so on. If you are wanting a catalogue and you haven't got one, then send me an email, amanda@inspiringinkin.com, and I need all of your address details and postcode so I can pop one in the post to you. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you here, not next week, I will see you next week, but I'll see you tomorrow, and Thursday and Friday. Some more crafting fun. I will also obviously have lots of new things to show you as well, and bring your catalogue if you've got one, because we might have a bit of a few quizzes and questions and some prizes to give away. So please come visit me tomorrow. I will look forward to it. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.